Checklists. What does the Seder mean? It means order. Now, to prepare for the Seder, you need a long checklist. You have a long list. I got to get the eggs, and I got to get the parsley, I got to get the salt water, I got to make the haroset, I got to do this, I got to set the table. You need a checklist. Now, the Seder itself is a checklist. I mean, we all sing Kadesh, Orchatz, Karpas, Yachas, the orders of the 14 steps of the Seder to remind ourselves to do it in the correct order. But you'll use checklists all the time. If I don't bring a checklist to the grocery store, I always forget something. So you need checklists. I love those pre-printed checklists you get for the grocery store that say make sure you buy this and you have that. I use checklists all the time in my business. I meet with the bar mitzvah couple, family, and I go through the checklist of what has to be accomplished, and then we check the kid off. Weddings, I have a whole checklist of things to cover. Pilots, even though they've flown 1,000,000 times, they still use checklists. Hospitals are now using checklists to make sure they didn't leave any sponge inside the patient. In short, we have checklists all the time in our society and in life. Without that, you forget. I love the old joke about the couple, and the lady says, honey, would you go out and get me some lox and bagels? I'm really hungry. He starts to leave. She says, write it down, you'll forget. He says, I won't forget. Write it down, you'll forget. I won't forget. 2 hours later, he comes back, opens up the bag, and there's some Ben & Jerry's ice cream. She goes, I told you to write it down. I knew you'd forget. He said, what did I forget? She said, the cherry toppings. So we need to write things down. And otherwise, you forget. Services, we use a checklist. I use a luach to make sure I go through all the proper things you're supposed to do. We pass out a checklist of the prayers that we're going to do that day so people can follow. Well, in that regard, we even have in the Talmud a spiritual checklist at the end of life. There's a guy in the Talmud who says that when at the end of our life we're asked a bunch of questions, and it gives you a list of the questions we're asked. So I thought how good it would be for a Jew to have a checklist. And of course that means voter checklist, but who carries that around in their pocket? So I made up a little checklist. Here it is. And I'm going to pass out at services after I give a sermon about it. And people can keep it in their wallet or purse. And it's a little spiritual checklist to check every morning and every night. Very simple. Takes 2 minutes. It says the following. Daily Jewish checklist. Did I today, did I, number 1, love the Lord my God with all my heart, soul, and might? Did I pray? Did I say a brachote when appropriate? Did I learn some Torah? Did I do Kiddush and not Hillul Hashem? In other words, bring glory to God's name and not profane God's name. Number 2, did I love my neighbor as myself? Did I not lie, cheat, steal, or gossip? Help where I could? Perform gmilut Hasidim-deeds of loving kindness? 3, did I help the Jewish people? Did I volunteer? Did I do something positive for Israel? Did I donate? 4, did I bring my family closer? Malachai said the Messianic era will see fathers' hearts turned towards sons and sons towards their fathers. In short, today did I learn, live, and love Jewishly. I'm going to post this on the synagogue website, www.ehnt.org, under Learning with the Rabbi, and you can just copy it and make your own card if you like. But checklist, daily Jewish checklist, keep with you, spiritual checklist so we can stay on the right track. Shalom.